What it do, YouTube? You know what I'm saying? Oh no, we gonna mic check this real check. 1, 2, mic check 1, 2, 3. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Duwop in the pride. What up, YouTube? It's your boy Duwop. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all hear me? Yeah, y'all should be able to hear me because I see it on the camera. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, your boy done got a new edition. I've been had this stuff. I just ain't been using it like I've been wanting to. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna see if it's a better thing on my YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Cause I know I got that fan and stuff on, but it's too goddamn hot to be not playing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's too goddamn hot not to have no AC or no fan on, cuz, you know what I'm saying? But before we even get into it, let's go ahead and talk about the Hernandez Jovan situation, you know what I'm saying? I already got a video. Go ahead, watch that if y'all want to before you get into this. But what we gonna talk about on here is on why the car used to kill Dolph being left outside Hernandez's house. So we're gonna go watch it. Gonna see what they gotta say about it. He on No Jumper talking about this stuff, you know. So shout out to No Jumper for the footage. But here we go.
I think if I want to correct me if I'm wrong, I think his mom went to prison, federal prison, maybe one of his aunts or something like that, or whatever. So, he always been around, and he knew the streets at an early age, I'm sure, because it's right there. So I'm sure he know the do's and don'ts. He probably learned them sooner than a lot of other people did.
So you are forming this relationship with Jook and everything, but did you have a relationship with Dolph prior to this, or how well did you know him?
I mean, me and Dolph didn't have a relationship where I wake up on the phone and call him, hey, what up, bro? What you got going on? And pull up on me. It wasn't nothing like that. It was if I had some good weed in Orange Mound that they didn't have necessarily access to at that time in Castalia. There's been times when he's called me and I've called him when he's had a certain grade of marijuana or strand that I didn't have. And, so, yeah, we've done those type of transactions for sure. And,
okay.
Yeah, and like I said, Big Daddy O, the leader of Paper Route, good dude. Know him personally. Been in them rooms hustling all night with, doing what we had to do.
But so are you thinking like by aligning yourself with Jook and Straight Drop and this sort of CMG side that you're naturally going to kind of become at odds with PRE and Dolph? Or are you thinking like, I'm just doing business, so I'm not going to really be seen as being...
Yeah, it was more so, because I never was interested in getting... I ain't want the fame that came with it. I just wanted my name on that contract where I get my percentage.
Right.
I don't want to be Damon Dash or none of that. I just wanted to be able to take care of me and my kids for the rest of my life and generate some wealth, some income for my kids and their kids. So, that was my plan. I ain't never want to move around. I ain't never want to be on Vlad. I ain't never want to be on No Jumper. And I'm a big fan of the show. You know what I'm saying? Follow it for sure because I'm a hip hop. I come from the era. So,
but some people end up in this position, and some people, the whole goal is to become a media personality or to do enough beefing or enough controversy that they could end up on a show like Vlad or No Jumper. You were just trying to do business, make some money, and then you ended up in the situation where people like us wanted to talk to you.
Yeah, correct. And at the same time, I always been, I who don't like money, and so if it's a situation where I could potentially capitalize off of negativity, then I'm gonna do it. So I've been seeing a little, backlash and people saying things about my channel, my YouTube channel, which is at quitpics.com. And so, they can be upset or whatever, but at the end of the day, I feel like if they was in my shoes, they would do the same thing, It fell in my lap. I didn't go looking for it or whatever. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is kind of weird because you're like famous for something that you didn't do and that you weren't found, that you were at least not found guilty of. But it's like inevitably, like some percentage of people are going to view you as essentially taking credit for the charges that you beat by doing media, talking about all the charges that you beat. It's kind of like a tricky role for you to be in, huh?
Well, yeah, for the ones that think like that, I think they should, maybe watch the Vlad interview. I ain't never been a goofy to take credit for something that I played no parts in. I absolutely, positively didn't have anything to do with the murder of young Dolph.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you an example, and I ain't get this to Vlad. I've been in the streets a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you could say I probably jumped off the porch maybe when I was maybe 16 or something like that. I was gambling before then, but I wouldn't necessarily call that jumping off the porch. I started getting money, started like dealing drugs maybe when I was 16. And with that being said, I was probably, when Dolph got killed, I probably was maybe, 41 or some shit like that. I mean, I've been in the streets a long time. What idiot gonna go on a drill, conspire to kill someone as famous as young Dolph and agree to park the car across the street from his house?
Mm.
Like, some shit just don't make no sense.
That is not what you do. You burn the car, you destroy the car.
I've been on this street 40 years plus. Know everybody on the street, from the older people, the younger people, everybody. Why would I park the car across the street from my house where I sell drugs?
You're saying that that's something that some knuckleheads who did this might do, but it's definitely not something that you would have. If you were a part of the conspiracy,
ain't no way
you would have told them to do it a lot smarter than they did.
Even if I advised them or didn't, ain't no way that car coming back across the street from my house.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me ask you about that. So when the shooting did happen, the white Benz went viral, and we seen pictures of it outside of I guess people was calling it a trap. So you saying that was your home outside across the street was where you was living at?
Well, the yard that the car was found in,
yeah,
my spot was directly across the street from it. So.
And that was such a smoking gun when that information came out that we were like, oh, now we know exactly how this situation played out.
Yeah, and you would think that, especially if you don't know the dynamics of my street that I grew up on.
Yeah.
Like, I had a god brother at one point named Bobby Carter, and he's deceased now. That's how I met Cornelius, through him. He brought him around. And with that being said, Cornelius was on that street before I was even released from prison, based off of, Bobby. He had a pass to be over there on the strength of Bobby. So he didn't need me to be on the street chilling or whatever the case may be. So when the car was parked at that location, if you don't necessarily know that he had a relationship with Bobby prior to me, you don't know. The only reason you think he might park that car on the street is based off of me, of me and his relationship.
All right, you two, now let's talk about it, because, hey, the title on No Jumper says the car used to kill Dolph being left outside his house. What he just said was that the car was left across the street from his house. So, I think that's like a clickbait right there, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But, yeah. Damn, I didn't know. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna change the name on that other video that I made. I'm gonna change the name because I put on there Young Dolph Killer, as in him being it, and he just confirmed. Well, he didn't confirm it, but he just said that he not the killer. So I'm not gonna put that on him. I might take that video down. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, he was found not guilty of it and stuff like that. So I shouldn't even really put. Well, I should at least change the name of the title. You know, to put Hernandez Jovan on there instead of Young Dolph Killer. But I was doing that stuff from Poetic Flacco and stuff. But you see where he get that stuff from too. He get it from No Jump. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's just it's a good way to get views on it. But I think I just want mine a little more genuine, and I don't want him to sue me. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he, you know, but always precaution. But yeah, that was a long little thing. No, I ain't know it was gonna be that long. I ain't gonna lie. I was watching it. And I'm trying to figure out when it was gonna get to, you know, to the part where they was talking about the car being outside his house, and it took about 7 minutes into that. Where probably about 7 or 6 minutes into it. So yeah, my situations on it is like this. He used to sell weed to Young Dolph, which is crazy, but still had connections with Big Juke, which is Young Yo Gotti brother. Which this reminds me of just like how you see, you know how Big Head. Wait, was it Big Head? Was it Big Head? No, High Boy Major. Just like High Boy Major used to be around Nutty, but still, you know, cool with Lil Boosie. So I think that's like the same situation, if I'm not mistaken. But that's some crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like you cool with that nigga, but you ain't cool with the nigga he be with. So damn, that's how that snake shit happened, you know. So gotta watch our surroundings, man. Gotta watch our surroundings. That's crazy. But yeah, I don't know what to really say else about this situation though. I'm probably just gonna leave this whole thing alone. We ain't even gonna talk about him. This probably gonna be the last one, and I'm gonna change the title of the thing, just because what he said in the interview, and you know, you gotta make it make sense. But nah, him that car being across the street from him, I ain't gonna lie, it got something to do with you, cause you knew something or some shit or something you knew, most definitely. But you ain't have to do it, but you knew something. Damn, is this bitch? Yeah. No, it ain't. Yes, it is. Is it? It is. But yeah, if you made this far, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, cause a lot of motherfuckers don't make it this far. It's your boy Duwop, and I'm out.